Because let me tell you something about all of these sun gods. These sun gods, they worship the feminine. Everybody on the planet worshiping the sun god, and the sun god turning around while ain't nobody looking, worshiping the feminine. Okay, all of these popes and people high up in the Vatican, you know who they turning around worshiping while ain't nobody looking? The Black Madonna. They worshiping the woman. Peace and prosperity. This is Asaya, and welcome back to Earth's Feminine. If you are new here, welcome. This is the channel where you can come and learn all about primal feminine energy, the feminine energy that existed pre-colonization, and all of the conditioning that has been done around what it means to be a woman. I am the owner and founder of the Creatrix Academy, which is an online platform where you can come and enroll into courses and programs that will activate what I have coined as the mystical art of femininity, which brings you into your higher awareness of what you are truly meant to be valued for as a woman here on this planet. So you can learn all about magic, the mysticism of what makes you uniquely feminine, so that you can create your life in feminine ways. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about why religion hates witches. I talked about this subject before in actually my very first video I ever did on this channel, which is why modern perspectives of women have failed us. And in that video, I briefly cover how religion has played a part in the way that we perceive and understand women and who women should be and the way women should act. And even though a lot of time has passed and there's been a lot of changes that have been made around feminine energy, I still feel like at its core, we still are fearful of what it means to truly be in our power as women. And it shows itself in the current paradigm of this masculine and feminine war that seems to be taking place within the matrix and online, on social media. There seems to be like this huge divide between people who understand the core essence of life on this planet and living in alignment with that, and the people who want to continue to satiate and uphold a distorted patriarchal system that is creating strife for everyone, okay? Not just women, but everyone, okay? We are unable to have a healthy relationship with our bodies. We're depending on medical systems and institutions that are cut off from the feminine, that are cut off from the spiritual depth and truth of what it means to be alive in our bodies on this planet. And so we find ourselves aging quicker than we need to, creating diseases in our body and in our minds, suffering unnecessarily because we believe in distorted patriarchal systems that are out of alignment with this planet, which is the earth, which is a feminine planet. We can tie all of this back to the beginning when we were in the age of, really it all started within the age of Aries, but crescendoed when we entered into the age of Pisces, and religion became this tool to suppress the earth, suppress the spirits of the earth, and demonize anybody who connected and had a deep and profound relationship with the earth. So not only does this embody the natural essence of what it means to be a powerful woman, but it also embodies the essence of indigenous cultures across the planet. Almost all of the cultures across the globe before this earth was colonized existed and abided by philosophies that were in alignment with the earth. Religion became a tool to sever people from their connection with the earth. Within indigenous cultures and within the way that we see and perceive ourselves as people. So for women specifically, we are the natural physical embodiment of the earth herself. And when we are in touch with ourselves, when we are connected to ourselves, and especially when we uphold the philosophies and the way of life that honors the natural way that we were meant to exist and create on this planet, and actually be honored for those natural ways of our ability to create, then we not only get to live in alignment with ourselves and be the powerful women that we were meant to be, but we also break the chains of any conditioning and mental enslavement that the masculine may carry, that the world may carry. That's just what we have the ability to do. So the term witches and being a witch, and I know that witchcraft in itself can be looked at as a kind of religion. And I clarified this in my first video that I've ever done, is that religion in and of itself is not necessarily a bad thing. Religion is actually a good thing when the code and conducts within the religion uphold the feminine, uphold feminine principles, and have respect for this earth that we live on. But what I see in a lot of modern religions is that it actually does the opposite. It actually suppresses the feminine. It actually, in some way, shape, or form of fashion, conditions the feminine to think that they are somehow less than, or that they must worship or look up to a man more than they do their own selves. And I just don't know how people can think, especially women, that you can spend your whole entire life worshiping a sun god, which is what, Jesus, Yahweh, Allah, the list goes on. Buddha, whoever it is, like, you can be worshiping these sun gods, and the sun represents the father, right? The great masculine energy of this world. How you can worship this for your entire life and never be given the permission to see the feminine as not only worthy of even greater worship from you as the feminine. Because let me tell you something about all of these sun gods. These sun gods, they worship the feminine. Everybody on the planet worshiping the sun god, and the sun god turning around while ain't nobody looking, worshiping the feminine. Okay? All of these popes and people high up in the Vatican, you know who they turning around worshiping while ain't nobody looking? The Black Madonna. They worshiping the woman, okay? It's inevitable for the masculine to at some point realize that when they honor, value, and uphold and worship the feminine principles of this world, that they will be rewarded, they will have good luck, they will have blessings bestowed upon them. You know, it's just nature for you to come into this world and naturally want to give back to and worship the Great Mother. And this is exactly the storyline, that nobody really talks about. Everybody wants to make this movie about climate change and the environment, but that's sugarcoating it, okay? And I'm tired of people sugarcoating the truth around what that movie was even about. So the movie I'm talking about is the Avatar movie, okay? One of my favorite movies. Pretty much the world loves this movie. The best-selling movie of like existence is the Avatar movie. Why? Is it because it's bringing awareness to climate change and the environment? No, it's because it's bringing awareness to the fact that the feminine is the primary deity of this globe, of this universe. And people have such a hard time with this, but I need y'all to get with the program, because this new earth of 2024 everybody keeps talking about is really not a new earth. It's the true earth. It's the real earth. It's the earth that existed beyond all of the bull. Excuse my French, I don't want to curse. Before all of the lies and the BS, okay? When it comes to witches and women who owned that they are a direct reflection of the Earth Mother, basically, okay? Because all a quote unquote witch is, and we can call it witch, we can call it a mystical woman, we can call it goddess, we can put whatever word we want to put on it. But what I need everybody to understand about this term is that it is simply recognizing a woman that is in touch with all of the elements on this planet, okay? All of the elements within the universe. She is in touch with her core, okay? And the core of her is connected to all of the elements. And when you're connected to all of the elements as a woman, you become powerful. You tap into a different level of awareness. Before, when you were believing that your whole entire existence was made to serve this male god, you are part of the reason why women are getting beaten in their relationships. You are a part of the reason why women are getting abused by society, by the system, by institutions, yada, yada, yada. You are a part of the reason, right? Anybody who is still continuing to withhold their honoring of the Great Mother and just consistently giving all their energy and worship to this sun god, to this sun god, to this sun god, there is a benefit of giving honor and worship to the masculine and the masculine forces of this world, the sacred masculine forces of this world. But after so many eons, it feels like, of that happening, of the feminine being suppressed, of people demonizing women who connect to the earth, who connect to the elements, who connect to nature. And it's only recently that people are like, I'm gonna go out into nature, I'm gonna honor this part of nature, it's only recently people have been doing that. Okay? It's only recently that this whole wave of spirituality and consciousness and higher consciousness has come about. But now it needs to come into completion. Women, the energetics of a woman is important to have honor for, to value, to worship in ways that have nothing to do with men or have nothing to do with how we contribute to this masculine paradigm, okay? Because you need to be worshipped and valued in your essence of being one with the planet. What your connection to the earth has the ability to bring into the lives of everyone. Everyone. The reason why religion hates witches is because if a woman was to be connected to her power, if a woman was to live in honor and worship of herself, of the moon, of the earth, of all of the feminine energies that exist here, what would that mean for the collective? That would mean that the collective would wake up to a lot of the brainwashing and the lies that they have been told about what life is supposed to be like, about how healthy they have the potential to be, about how long they can live on this planet, about any limitation basically would be broken, reformed, and transformed to serve the state of the feminine. Logic, science, facts, all of these things are masculine. They are left brain, and they are meant to uphold and uplift the feminine, not the other way around. So that means all of the logical things that you try to make sense of and all of the facts that you live by, all of the things that we think are set in stone are actually just there to reflect what's going on with the feminine, what's happening within the feminine. So when we understand that these emotional states that the feminine cultivates, these inner truths that the feminine brings us into a radical realization of, all of the masculine elements of the planet must move to support that. That's what the law of attraction and manifestation and all of these surface level things that are not necessarily magic itself, but it's like the baby steps to getting to magic and the feminine realms of creating. That's what all of these things are about. They're about allowing you to understand that it's the feminine first, the masculine second. It's the imagination first, reality second. It's the feeling and the emotional state first, the physical manifestation, the physical proof second. And this is why modern religions continuously make us or promote to us that it is dangerous and it is something to be fearful of to tap into what some call as witchcraft. I just simply call it the mystical art of feminine energy. All right, my loves, do you feel like the world has been conditioned through modern religion to see the feminine in ways that we may be conscious of, that we may be unconscious of, that causes women to see themselves as less than and ultimately not love themselves at the capacity that they could be? Do you believe that it causes the world to opt into a certain enslavement to limitations and the conditionings of society and of the matrix? What are your thoughts? Let me know down below in the comments, and I will see you in my next video. Peace.